Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shantiera Wilson, and you are watching Shantiera and Teens with Voices. So, as you can see, my co-host Daria is not here with me right now, but we're still going to go ahead and jump straight into our weekly recap. So, for me, oh my gosh, I feel like I haven't been back in so long. It's been crazy. Oh my gosh, I went to the national pageant. So that's one of the reasons why we were gone. The pageant was a week long, and then we went on another like tour pageant thing the week after that. So that's why I haven't been here in 2 weeks. But it was really cool. I didn't come home with the national title, which was a little bit disappointing at first, but then of course after speaking to my mom, who gives great advice, and my grandma, who gives great advice, I realized that the crown does not make or break me. And just because I don't have a national title does not mean that I don't have my state title anymore. So I will continue to go in my community and use that title to the best of my ability. We went to Memphis, and we went to Atlanta. We went all over, basically. We went to Florida, Memphis, Atlanta, and then back home. So when I went to the South, oh my God, I love the Southern hospitality. They are so sweet. Literally, I had people coming up to me wanting to take pictures. I had people bowing down to me as if I was like a royalty or some sort. It was really cool. I really enjoyed that opportunity to do that. I then the actual national pageant went a lot. I don't want to say anything wrong or anything that's not right. It went a lot different than I expected it. I mean, for me, I competed in several different pageants before. So this pageant was my first national pageant, and it was a lot different than any state pageant. It was just way more I guess you could say work that needed to be done. The whole entire week from Monday up until competition, we were on the move. We went to several different charities. I went to the Boys and Girls Club of Florida to volunteer with some of the kids there. We went to I don't know if you guys have ever watched the movie with Halle Berry. It's called Their Eyes Were Watching God, and it's about the historical town of Edensville. We went there. It was actually the first African-American city or town that's in records. So we went there, we talked to the mayor, and like literally every single day it was busy. We worked from sunup to sundown, preparing for the national pageant, rehearsing for the national pageant. It was Florida, it was hot, I was sweaty, but nonetheless, I had such a great experience. And my roommate, Sierra, who I have become to love so much, she won the national title, and I was so excited for her. Oh my God, the whole entire weekend, we were just talking, okay, it's either going to be you or it's going to be me. We're going to be in the top two. So it was just exciting to see that she had won the title because she wanted it so bad. And I don't know, she's just an amazing girl. And I know she is going to do great with her title. So that's that. Yesterday was the Bud Billiken Parade, and I did walk in a Bud Billiken Parade. And I was so excited because Chance the Rapper was the Grand Marshal. But then it was very disappointing because I did not get to take a picture with him. And literally, we were standing in line to go walk, and I could not find Chance the Rapper. And all down my timeline, I'm seeing everybody taking pictures with him, having conversations with him, meeting him. And I'm like, where is Chance the Rapper? And I was just so disappointed because the whole entire time, I did not get to see Chance. But I know he was there, and I know he was giving away a few tickets to his free concert that he had right after the Bud Billiken. So I don't know, it was a little disappointing that I didn't get to take a picture because I love him so much. Oh my gosh, that would have been great. But I don't know, maybe next time. I will get my chance eventually, hopefully. So that's basically it from what I've been doing. I've done several speaking engagements since then. I was just at the Involving Divas brunch where I spoke on empowerment. It was the From Crowns to Tiaras brunch. And so I talked a lot about empowerment there. And I don't know, it's just been great. It's been a great summer with my title. It's been a great summer being able to go to speaking engagements and talk to kids, get my platform out there, go on the radio, go on TV. I don't know, it's just been amazing. And I'm so blessed and thankful for the Miss Black US Ambassador system. And I'm blessed that I can speak on such an important topic of self-acceptance and empowerment, because you can speak on and on and on about how much you need to love yourself, but until you really do, I feel that you will never be able to potential. And I don't know, it's just been great. And I'm kind of sad that my title ends in December, but no matter what, I'll continue to inspire and teach confidence. So that's a little bit about what I've been up to since I haven't been here for a few weeks, but that's about it. When we come back, we will be back with our hot topics. Thank you. You are back watching Shantiera with Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio, and we have our co-host Daria.
Hi, it's Daria Jordan. I'm so sorry for being late, but I'm happy that I made it.
Yes. Okay. So basically, we were just talking, or I was just talking about the weekly recap on what we've been doing. So tell us a little bit.
So I recently hosted T-Stars. I'm a brand ambassador for her. So I hosted her 3rd annual T-Star Summer Bash with so many amazing artists, and it was very, very, very fun. And I was very blessed and humbled that I got to host it. And I also attended the event that you also attended, Evolving Divas Brunch, where Shantiera spoke, and she gave an amazing speech on self-love and affirmations that you should tell yourself all the time. And I also, afterwards, I spoke with the Millen twins about their book, and it's called The Power and the I Am You Are One. What is it? I Am You Are. Oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot. Yeah, but it's basically about what Shantiera spoke on, about being confident and loving yourself, and no matter what the haters say, well, not haters, but the people who look down on you, what they say, that you should always love yourself and accept yourself for who you are, because you're beautiful and perfect.
Most definitely. I really actually I enjoyed their speech a lot.
Yeah.
It was different when they started off with handing out the mirrors and the what was it, the notepads or the sticky notes. I think that was really cool. I don't know. They gave a great speech on that.
Oh, it was I Am You Are Perfectly Imperfect. Just to get that out there.
So that's great.
Yeah.
Now moving on to our hot topics. Okay. I don't really always like to start off with things that are negative.
Right.
But of course, with dealing with this world today, it's not a lot of positive. So there was a story of an 11-year-old girl who, beautiful girl, and she's from the Bronx, New York, and she was at a sleepover with her friends. And I guess they decided, you know how teens do their challenges on Facebook, Instagram. Some of them are funny, some of them are charitable, and then some of them are very questionable. So this particular challenge was called the Hot Water Challenge.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And what they wanted to do was, I guess it's a challenge on, I don't even know what the challenge is about or why it's even happening. But they decided that they would pour boiling hot water on this 11-year-old girl while she was sleeping. She literally has 2nd-degree burns all on her face, like up to this area. I saw the picture. She has burns on her chest area. She has burns. It was just, oh my God. I saw the picture and I literally started crying because I'm just like, girl, why would you even think? Why would you even think? And these are people that they called her friends. I've heard a story when I read online. There was a news channel that said that they were having some type of argument, some type of altercation. So they decided that they would do that to her. So they told her before she went to sleep, if you go to sleep, something bad is going to happen to you. And then I heard that they were just trying to shout this challenge. Like they didn't mean anything by it. They just wanted to do the challenge. But I'm just like, what would ever possess someone to put boiling hot water on some while they're sleeping. Like, I just don't understand at all.
And I
Makes no
thought
sense.
after that, I don't know if it's a different story. Well, it was another, I think it was an 8-year-old girl. She had drunk boiling hot water, and 8 months later, she had passed away from that. Because, yeah, they determined that was the cause. Like, that isn't a challenge you should be trying out at
At
all.
all. And I think it all starts on social media. What kids see. I mean, oh my God,
Like from the
it's
cinnamon
dreadful.
challenge or
Hmm.
like the ice challenge, and then like trying to light your hand on fire.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
These challenges are getting out of control. Like, you have to, at the same time, you always have to use your own judgment. You know what I mean? Like, you have to realize is behind your actions. Like, of course, you want to do this challenge. Everyone's biggest thing is going viral, getting a whole bunch of likes, getting a whole bunch of followers. But that comes at a price. So you have to
Think
think
about
about
your
what you're
safety or the
doing.
consequences that comes afterwards.
Definitely. I saw a story of this couple who, I think the girl was expecting a baby. She was pregnant. And it was a challenge. He was going to shoot her with an actual gun, but they were going to use a book, I guess, to try to block the bullet. And he actually ended up shooting her and killing her and the baby. So now
Oh,
he's in prison for the rest
wow.
of his life because he was trying to get likes by doing this crazy challenge on social media. I'm just like, why would you think that a book is going to block you? Like, I understand you want to be on social media, you want to have
Right.
followers and stuff, but there's other ways to go about that. So I don't know, it's crazy. But I saw the story, I saw the pictures, and my heart just completely just, oh my God. I don't know.
I think instead of doing all those dangerous and very harmful challenges, I heard a challenge in my old school. We had to do this thing, a challenge where we had to compliment someone every single day. Like, let's do that challenge. Just be nice to each other. Let's do something positive and make a difference, because one little compliment can change a person's whole mood and entire
Right.
day. So
Yeah, I saw something like that. It was actually a few months ago. I think it was last year, maybe. And it was a challenge. This girl, she felt that she was too dark. And so a whole bunch of girls from her school, they basically, they had like a little group, a little session, and they went around saying what they liked about her. Like, oh, I love your eyes. Your eyes are beautiful. I love
right,
your hair is beautiful. So things like that, the positive, which is not, I know in this generation, of course, positivity is not always the number one, but
right.
it needs to be there. And I think the more we have challenges like that, it will prevent the challenges that are killing people, which is definitely not the answer.
Right.
So at the University of Virginia, actually, it's been a lot going on in Virginia this weekend alone. I actually have no words for what is going on there. So basically, if you don't know what is happening, there are several of white supremacists who are protesting and marching at the University of Virginia. They were
Mm.
holding torches, and saying things such as white lives matter and you will not eliminate us, and just crazy things, basically being
Or
racist.
degrading the black
Yeah,
community.
so where am I? So basically, during the rally, people were protesting against the white supremacists, and they were ran over. Literally, someone came with their car at full speed, and ran into the group of protesters.
Were they African American
Yeah, they
or?
were. Well, some of them weren't, but they were the ones that were against the supremacy.
Okay.
So they were actually fighting for justice or whatever, and they literally got ran over. And I think from what I've heard yesterday, there was 19 that was injured and one that was killed during that whole entire fiasco. But I saw pictures of there's people with gashes on their head, and it was just
Like severe,
yes.
yeah.
I was like, oh, and this is literally happening in 2017 at the University of Virginia, and I'm just
When you think about it, it's the same as what used to happen back in the day. Like, I thought times have changed, but slowly it's coming back. I hope it really stops soon. I mean, I know you can't stop every little thing that's bad that happens in the world, but I didn't think it would come to this at all.
exactly. And there was one part that really, really got to me. It was a picture of a baby, and I think it was a little girl, and she had on the Ku Klux Klan, the hat and the robe and everything, and she had a picture by an African American police officer, and she was basically just like reaching her hand out to the officer, and that just really goes to show that hatred and racism is something that is taught. Nobody is born with that type of
Racist
hatred
or
in their
right.
heart. Exactly. And these kids are being taught that this is how they should go.
This is okay.
This is what they should do. And I'm just like, this little bitty baby is being corrupted, this baby. And it's heartbreaking. Honestly, it is. And I can't say that I'm surprised, though, with who we have as the leader of this country. I mean, it does not surprise me at all. But I'm just hoping that it changes, because I don't want to go back there. And I know that history repeats itself. That's why it's always so good. And that's why me going to a predominantly white school, I made sure that I knew my history. I made sure that I was educated on that, because
you represented your skin.
Exactly.
You're very confident in your skin, by the way.
Thank you. Because the teachers weren't teaching that at all. So I had to learn on my own about my history and about my culture. And I don't know. It's sad. It's
I was
sad.
just going to say the same thing.
And it's almost like you don't have any hope, because it's like, if we can elect Donald Trump as president of the United States, and my whole thing is, when this happened, anything to say that would try to, diffuse the situation.
Yeah.
He made a comment and he's like, oh, well, it's bad on both sides. You have these people coming into the school, marching, protesting into the school with torches, basically starting riots. How is it bad on both sides? So I don't know. I'm just really nervous at the rate this country is going, but hopefully it does get better eventually. And hopefully, yes, most definitely. I'm definitely going to vote in the next election to try to get him out of office. But anyway, moving on. The Life of Kylie premiered last Sunday.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I mean, as much as I don't like to admit this, I actually watched it. A little bit, a snippet of it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I think sometimes a lot of people judge you before actually knowing who you are as a person.
People judge the fact that she may or may not have got work done, to her face or her body. But I guess she is a nice person overall.
She is. And my whole thing is, she's a great businesswoman. I mean, she has... Her makeup line is worth $400 million. So she is... I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due. Right. I don't know if I like how her sisters went about it, but she didn't do it. I mean, she's doing it I don't know the right way, but she's doing it better than that. Yeah, so it is what it is. Kudos to her, because she's pretty successful right now. Basically, to end it off, I always want to end with positivity. So there's a student with cancer, stage 4 cancer, and his dying wish was to meet J. Cole. Of course, he's great. And J. Cole surprised him and met him, and he actually offered him the shoes that was on his feet if he was able to beat cancer. So I don't know, that put a really big smile on the cancer patient's heart. And I don't know, I think anytime celebrities do stuff like that, I don't know, it always touches me.
It reminds me of Chance the Rapper.
I was just talking about him.
It was the Bud Billiken parade. I don't know if you mentioned that or not, but recently the Bud Billiken parade, and he was there, supporting Chicago and what we stand for, who we are as Blacks, and anyone who lives in Chicago, really. He's great.
Yes, and I was there. I walked into Bud Billiken, and I did not get a chance to take a picture.
Did you see him?
My heart. No, I didn't. I was really, oh my gosh, that hurt me yesterday. But it's okay, because I will get my time. Don't worry about it. All right, you're watching Shantiera and Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio. We'll be back with the CEO of Mean Girls Empowerment. Peaceful Voices on Intellectual Radio. And we have sitting here today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shatina Jackson Edwards. I am the CEO and founder of Mean Girls Empowerment.
All right, and that is amazing. So tell us a little bit of what Mean Girls Empowerment is.
So Mean Girls Empowerment is a non-for-profit organization inspiring girls to avoid negativity and reach their goals. Our organization aims to prevent bullying, and we teach girls how to identify bullying behaviors.
So what does MEAN actually stand for?
MEAN stands for Manage Emotions, Avoid Negativity.
That is amazing. That is so great because I don't know if you know this, but I was bullied in middle school. And so during that process, I was always looking for somewhere I can go, someone that I could talk to really be there and help me with that. So I think that's great that you have this organization going on.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Of course.
And I just want to take the time to thank you, ladies, for allowing me the opportunity to just speak about Mean Girls on your show as well.
Of course,
Thank
most
you.
definitely. So what inspired you to create Mean Girls?
So I was actually bullied as well. I was bullied throughout grade school, and it was very difficult for me. I dealt with a lot of self-confidence issues. I didn't understand why, but I noticed that, most people, just picked on me because I was different. I chose to do different things. I like different styles. I participated in different student activities, whereas like I wasn't the cheerleader, but I wanted to be in the book club or the reading club. So it's just, I was different and I was picked on. So it was very challenging for me. And I had the opportunity, let me start back a little bit. So I was picked on, and basically going into high school, I kind of got over it a little bit. I transferred from school to school. But growing up, I had the opportunity to partner with Girl Scouts of Greater Chicago. And one of the opportunities that I had was to go into high schools and kind of chat with these girls. We were talking about healthy living. But the young ladies was like, no, Miss Tina, I have other issues that we need to address. And we were never able to focus on our topic or our subject because they had so many other problems. And I was able to go into the schools on Wednesdays once a week. And I would notice that my class there were about 26 girls in my class, but half of my class was gone. Why? For fighting. And I didn't understand. So, I had a time to chat with these girls and say, hey, what's going on? Always boy problems, always problems where they're fighting other girls for crazy reasons. So it was just like, man, like I didn't understand that, but I felt like they were going through exactly what I went through when I was younger. So unfortunately, my term with Girl Scouts ended, and it was pressing on me. These girls continued to call me, and God had told me, like, you know what, I want to birth this out. And what's crazy is I work with youth. Like I've been the youth minister at my church for some time now. It's about 10 years. And the Lord kept pushing me, and I kept on putting it to the side. And he gave me the name Mean Girls. I'm like, wow, Mean Girls. And what's crazy is, and don't laugh at me, ladies, I did not know it was a movie called Mean Girls.
Really?
Yes. And I kept fighting with God, like, why Mean Girls? And you think of the word mean, it has a negative meaning to it.
Yeah.
But at that moment, God gave me manage emotions, avoid negativity, and I couldn't believe it.
It's such a bold statement too.
Absolutely. So my goal was to change the definition around, change the outlook of me, and make it to something positive. That's how Mean Girls came about.
That is crazy. So since you're saying that you were bullied, what advice would you give to girls who are bullied now?
I would definitely say, number one, talk to someone. Talk to your family, talk to your friends, find your school counselors, talk to a social worker. There's also a telephone number. I don't have it with me, but you can call if you feel comfortable, sharing your stories with others. But the first thing is definitely talk to someone. The second thing is be you. Mm-hmm. Have self-confidence. That I feel like that's what strays bullies away. If you want to be different and be positive about you being different. You don't have to fit in the in crowd, and let your friends know that. if you like, I'm going to give you an example. If you like purple and they said, hey, we're the pink club. No, you stick to your purple. So just be you. Have self-confidence. And I think that if you have self-confidence, the bullies will kind of go away because they know they can't pick with you anymore.
Yeah, because I experienced that too in middle school, and I noticed a lot that if you're really confident in yourself, that makes the bully feel less about themselves because they want someone who's not going to stick up for themselves or someone who's scared to say what's on their mind. But I think that you should really, really, really be confident and voice your opinion. Don't be rude about it because you also want to be kind to the people who are being mean to you and hopes that they change their ways too. So yeah, be different always.
Absolutely. I have a really quick funny story to tell. So the same young lady who bullied me throughout my grammar school year, I found out she transferred to my high school, and I was in my senior year. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this girl is here. Like, I was nervous a little bit. And this girl, I mean, she's like 6'3". She was a basketball player. So I'm like, oh my God. But when I saw her and we kind of crossed paths in the hallway, she looked at me and she just laughed. And I feel like my self-confidence kind of turned her away. Like, I was very confident about myself. I don't have to run from you anymore. So I just feel like exactly what you said. You have to have confidence in yourself, and that will really move them away.
Yeah.
That's great advice, actually. It's amazing. So how can girls sign up to be a part of Mean Girls Empowerment?
Thank you for asking. Well, I would encourage girls to check out the website. Everything you need to know is on our website, our programs, our events. But there is a registration link on the website for girls to sign up.
Okay, sign up on the website.
Yes,
okay.
Can I give you that website?
Yes, go ahead.
It's www.meangirlsempowerment.org.
Make sure you check out that website today.
Yes, because I have a lot of nieces and little cousins who really, really need the encouragement. So I'll definitely tell them about you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
With Mean Girls Empowerment, you said you have different workshops and stuff like that. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, absolutely. We have 3 programs. One program is called Beauty Me. We pretty much focus on self-esteem, building that self-confidence. The second program we have is Be Friends for Life. It's more so a friendship program. Teaches girls where we do workshops. We interact with one another because a lot of times I feel like girls are bullies because why? They don't have friends. Mm-hmm. They're not around other girls like them. So this program is where we really just do a lot of group activities and we bond as young ladies. Our second program is called Relationship 101. I have a lot of girls who always have boy issues. Well,
yes.
I'm not an expert, but, I've been through my fair share. I'm 30 years old. So, hey, I really want to talk to them just about relationship skills. But it's not just about boys. It's about relationships with your mom, your dad, your friends, your siblings. So we kind of really pull that out. But they always like to gear the conversation to boys. But I kind of like bridge them off of boys because, they have long lives to live.
Yes.
And absolutely. I had a question about what you said with, not having friends that do the same things as you. So I have that same situation, but like for other girls, if they don't know what to do, how do you advise them to kind of like just shift away from the people who aren't on the same path as them or doing the right things? It's like with girls that, like, let's say, for example, me and Shantiera, we're doing our own thing, and then we have friends that just go out and party. They don't study, they don't get good grades, but they are there for us. How do we, shy away from that without coming off too harsh?
Well, you really have to make that decision. I feel like, you hear the old saying, birds of a feather flock together. Mm-hmm. You don't have to gradually I can't be friends with you no more, right, because you don't do this. But you really need to just start letting your friends know, like, hey, I'm not about that. I choose to do this. You can still show love in certain areas, but I would suggest disconnecting yourself because it's just important that you stay around people that are like you. And that's why Mean Girls is so powerful because it's a mentorship program. We bring in girls that are like us, that have the same issues as us, that have the same experiences that we have. So we want to just keep the girl-friendly network tight together.
Do you have? Oh, go ahead.
And I think that's the same, going back to what you were saying, being different and not being afraid to be different. I think that is so important, especially in girls these days, because I feel like everyone kind of wants to be the same. Like, if my friend is dressing like this, I want to dress like this.
Right.
My friend is talking like this, I'm going to talk like that. And it's so important to be different.
But it's not just with teens. Like, I'm 30. I still have friends. I shop at the store, and it's like my girlfriend's like, "Oh, that's ugly." No, but I'm gonna buy it because why? I like it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's women. It's in general. You know, we have to just go astray from all the negative feedback, and we really have to speak positive within one another.
Yeah, most definitely.
I was gonna ask, do you have a specific age group for this?
Yes, I do. So I really focus on the girls that are 12 through 18.
Okay.
I have a few stragglers that are, once they're 19, 20, they like to stay around, which is great. But 12 is like you're in 7th grade. You're about to bridge off into high school. And then 18, I really want to help those 18-year-olds as they venture off to college. So 12 through 18.
Okay.
And let's talk a little about the picnic in the park on the 26th.
Yes. I am super excited about this event, you guys. There are so many girls that are signing up for this event. I'm actually partnering with one of my good friends, Jaquita Coleman. She's going to be a co-host from No More Cover Girls. So we're going to kind of do like a girl chat, you know, a girl conversation where we can talk about things that are touchy to us, where we can share ideas, share our stories.
Feel comfortable doing that too.
Absolutely. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about bullying. It could be about violence. It can be about teen pregnancy. It can be about finances. So whatever topics that you may have that you want to share and bring to that, you know, setting, feel free to do that. But I'm really excited about this. And we're going to be barbecuing. So all the food is going to be free. I'm going to be raffling out some cool Mean Girl apparel. We have a photographer that's going to be there. So we're really excited. And we're looking for this to launch both of our organizations in a different direction. Like we're trying to launch off. So
that's really good, because I think a lot of times when you go to different workshops and stuff, it's always one specific topic. So you're going there for bullying, or you're going there for self-esteem or whatever. But I like that this is about any type of issue. So it's a really an open conversation. And I feel like open conversations, that's where you have the best type of feedback in conversations. When
and also you can gain those type of close bonds with girls who go through the same thing as you. So that's a plus.
That's really good. Make sure you look into that. So you said it's free. And then to register for it, how do they do that?
You can register. There's a link on my website. Also, you can check out my social media pages. There's a link to register, but you will have to visit those sites to get that information.
Okay, sounds great.
But just come up. Like, you don't have. I mean, honestly, we want you guys to register just so we can know how much food to get. But if you didn't register, just come out, have a good time, show your face. We're going to be there from 1 p.m. to 4. So just show up.
All right.
I would definitely love to show up.
Definitely. That sounds good. August 26th. Okay. Did you mention the time? Because I know I have an event that day. So what's the time?
It's 1 to 4.
1 to 4. Okay. Okay. Most definitely. That sounds great. Is there anything else that you would like to share?
I just want to tell girls to remember to avoid negativity and embrace creativity. Thank you guys for having me.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
There you have it. CEO Shatina Edwards of Mean Girls Empowerment. Thank you. You're back tuned into Shantiera and Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio. And basically, we're just going to do a quick recap of everything. Definitely want to thank again Ms. Shatina Edwards for Mean Girls Empowerment, for coming out and talking about her organization and ways that if you're bullied, how you can handle that, how you can get through that, and also her amazing workshops that she is having. She's having it on August 26th, just to repeat, August 26th from 1 to 4 p.m. You can register by going on to her website, following her social media, which you should do anyway, to be in contact.
Did we get the location?
The location of the event, Grant Park.
Okay.
Grant Park, 1 to 4 p.m. All right. So basically, thank you to her for that. And what else do we talk about today? My mind is a blur. Basically, all of the challenges that you are doing on social media and on Facebook.
Please stop that.
Please stop.
Oh,
Or you don't have to
Jesus.
stop the challenges, but just make sure that what you're doing,
It's
you're
safe.
thinking about it. Yeah.
Right.
Because we don't want anyone else to be suffering from
Especially
burns.
little girls. Oh God.
That's horrible. And the sad thing about it is now she has to go her whole entire life
With those burns.
with that remembrance of what happened to her.
Well,
Unnecessary.
me and my mom, I don't know if you guys watch, but me and my mom is a big fan of America's Got Talent. And this one girl, she's like 30 years old, I believe. I forgot her name, but she came on there as a singer. And she was in a very, very, very deadly plane crash. It was, I believe, 50 passengers, and she was the only one who survived. And she has burns all over her body, but she uses that as her platform to, still stay confident and stay who she is, and she's doing something positive with her life despite the circumstance that happened years prior to that event. So shout out to her. I wish I knew her name, but yeah, she is a survivor of a plane crash, and she's still just rocking her own skin, and she's still beautiful doing that.
And that's the thing. I mean, especially with today's modeling industry, there's a lot of girls out there with vitiligo who I believe her name is Winnie. I forgot her last name.
Winnie
but I know her name.
Harlow?
Yes, her. She has vitiligo, and it's all on her face, it's on her arms, it's everywhere on her body, but she is now a model.
I
She's
think that is
superstar.
beautiful.
And she's embracing herself, and that's really all it's about, because like Ms. Shatina said, confident in yourself, when you're not afraid to be different, and when you fully embrace yourself, definitely you're going to feel more confident, and you're going to be less prone to bullying because you're going to already accept yourself. Yeah, I have vitiligo, I have scars, I have burns, I'm not perfect, but I accept that, and I'm comfortable in being me. So
Right,
it's gonna show.
people at my school sometimes they talk about like, why is my hair so short? Okay, always have the same length of hair, but I happen to love my hair because it is growing, and I love my natural hair. I don't know about anyone else, because majority of the girls at my school, they either have like relaxers or sew-ins all the time. There's nothing wrong with that at all, but it's just important for you not to make fun of people who aren't the same, because I like my days when I have sew-ins or I have braids, but there's also a time where I like to embrace my natural hair, like today. And I don't think and your natural hair being short is such a problem. I don't think that is the case at all, because I know a lot of people hair shorter than me who's rocking it, and it looks very, very, very amazing doing that. So
yeah, most definitely. So if you didn't learn anything today, it's just to embrace yourself for who you are.
Confident.
And please stay off of those Facebook and
Jesus.
Instagram crazy hot water, boiling water challenges. You were watching Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio. I'm your host, Shantiera Wilson.
Dari Jordan.
And we had a great show. We'll see you in 2 weeks.